going to turn up. Is this the time? He's up against the three-time world champion in Usmakabyle.
Absolutely, yeah. He's taking a backseat for Roxa to do all the dirty work. Right now, he's going to have to get his hands dirty because he's up against it. It's Usmakabyle, Walid Rashid Tabane, the man with Algerian roots, living in France, of course. And he has been playing for AS Monaco for as long as we can remember, at least 2 seasons of eFootball Pro. But even before that, under contract with the club. We're going to see them start things off. Serbia, of course, on the left side of the pitch in the red shirt. It's France here in the dark blue.
Yeah, Roxa has certainly turned up. It says Roxa at the top. I was slightly confused by it. It is actually Kepa versus Usmakabyle. So the top will just get adjusted for that. Just to, it's just whetting your appetite potentially for the third matchup if we were to get there. That's a great through ball, quickly cut out by Kepa's defense. Kepa himself obviously had a fantastic match earlier on today as well, so we shouldn't discount what Kepa can do. Serbia, of course, coming out strong in their quarterfinals. Now Kepa on the break, an absolute scything challenge, 1 and 2, both of them surely going in the book.
Absolutely, yeah. Opening stages of a gritty affair, and that's exactly what you expect. Lenglet not holding his punches. And there we go, we've got France on the back foot. Serbia have the ball in possession on the half of their opponent, trying to carve out a chance. It's Kepa indeed against Usmakabyle, while Usmakabyle is trying to hold on to the ball, instead holding his opponent off. Doesn't get on the end of it with Griezmann here in the opposing half, but he is able to win that challenge suddenly, a 50-50, but then the sliding tackle, no foul awarded. It's Serbia on the break. It's Kepa coming in hot, and right now we see that indeed it is his in-game nick, Kepa, appearing above the players, so obviously that is indeed him. France have the ball. Usmakabyle, the man who will take a backseat in a second game to Lotfi Daraji, but then if needed he will step in that third game, potentially against Roxa. But this is a good chance for Kepa, and he opens the scoring. Magnificent goal here on the left flank, coming in straight through the center is Jovic. Who else opens the scoring for Serbia, and what an important goal to start things off against France.
Wow, a full-on bundle, and absolutely deserved. Serbia start things off strong here. Rakovic giving the plaudits from the back because he hasn't yet to make a save. It is Kepa that gets himself the first goal against Usmakabyle of France. The 3 times world champion is up against it here. France went out in the semi-finals last time around to Italy. Is history about to repeat itself here against Serbia?
Well, you wouldn't expect it, but still, Serbia.
We didn't expect it last year either.
Oh, no,
it still happened.
Exactly. And Serbia, one of the top dogs in PES. You could say as a footballing nations, they will see their opponent as an absolute favorite. But here, there's not really much of a favorite. If it is, it's only slightly so. It's maybe a 50-50, 40.
Indeed. I mean, Serbia, finalists last year, and actually, in all honesty, probably tell a lie, they weren't favourites. They got knocked out by Roma. Semi-finalists last year is what I was after, and actually in that matchup they were the favourites going through in really impressive stuff. And as I say, Kepa was one of the guys to watch back in that tournament. He has kind of been a little absent throughout this tournament. We haven't seen some of those superstar performances that we obviously saw from Roxa, that incredible 9-1 matchup that he had earlier on against Greece. Insane. Cheeky little drag back. Keeper in the end does manage to just boot it clear, but Usmakabyle is up against it here. The pressure's on. He's got to try and hit one of these quick, fast breaks.
Absolutely. Serbia now on the back foot. France coming in with plenty of guys up front. That's a through ball. Oh, the likes of which you should tuck away at all times, but he waits too long. The fake shot from Mbappe, and then the keeper can clear. Look at that. This should have been it. This should have been all level.
Ball comes through, and how many times have you seen Thuram put that away? Absolutely buried, quite honestly, but just that little stutter step didn't work out for him. It will be a corner. We've seen a couple of these going in already just a moment ago for Spain. Chance comes in, testing the near post. Again, the keeper on the line. Just gets a flash to it. Both go for the header. Clash of heads back there on the edge of the box, and finally it goes for a French throw.
Absolutely. Opening stages, it's a gritty affair. We've seen chances on either end. Serbia, of course, having the upper end right now thanks to a 1-0 lead. But France are trying to fight back. Usmakabyle, of course, never going to take it laying down. But here, he is almost on the floor, bundled over. But Serbia do have still possession in midfield, trying to look for a way to find a gap in that French defense. They do take their time, patient build-up. There we go, midfielders all brought into play. That's a dangerous pass, but he does get on the end of it. The link-up play isn't there with the strikers. Oh, that's a rough challenge. That should be a bookable offence.
Yeah, tactical tackle there. A lot of players forward for Serbia there. He was making sure he had the support that he needed back behind the ball. So a yellow card certainly bought and paid for there. Kepa trying to clear his lines. Free kick given cheaply away there to France in a really dangerous position here. We've seen them going in. We've seen direct shots. We've seen little through ball taps. All sorts. What's Usmakabyle going to bring to the table?
Absolutely. Kepa, of course, is a great player. But here, France do have a chance to do something back. Usmakabyle behind the controls. Whips it in and good shot over the wall. But the keeper is equal to it, of course. We've got Rajkovic in goal. He's not going to be easily beaten. Mitrovic reached but can't win the header duel, although ball falls kindly for Serbian midfielders. And there we go, Serbia. It's Kepa. Oh, that's a good pass in, but slightly offside. Only just look at that.
Oh, quite a way.
All right.
There's a full
Further than I thought.
Yeah, full stride offside there. But yeah, danger signs though, no doubt about it. Obviously, Usmakabyle already 1-0 down here. Certainly a couple of problems brewing, but we've seen how clinical he can be. We saw it against the Greek, of course.
That's two balls over the top now.
Teodoritos he played, wasn't it?
Teodorito,
yeah, Teodorito. And honestly, if I was to be truly honest, I thought Teodorito was going to take that game the way the match played out. But Usmakabyle, from nowhere, grabbed himself a goal. So we know it's totally possible. He can hit those big through balls. Tried one right there, didn't quite work out. And Kepa at the moment is sort of scurrying around trying to keep him at bay.
Absolutely. Oh, look at that lofted ball over the top, and this time it does connect. It's the third one. Finally he gets on the end of it. It's Kylian Mbappe, and this time the one touch does deliver a goal. Took too many touches at the first attempt with Kylian Mbappe, so then this time he doesn't make the same mistake when he sends in the French winger. Oh, he's so quick, isn't he?
I hate to say I told you so, but literally had just mentioned it, and sure enough, an overhead through ball, which we haven't actually seen too many of throughout this. Yeah, it's been really the worked ball, the worked play, trying to shrug off the defender, and maybe a couple of quick through balls along the ground though. Not too many big overhead through balls like that, completely ripping the defence apart. And Usmakabyle back in control again here, got himself the goal, and now looking to get a second. Kepa will intervene though, and will be able to clear his lines, and now he can build off the back of this.
Absolutely. 5 minutes to go until half-time. The funny thing is, even though we didn't see many of those balls, now we've seen 3 from Usmakabyle in the first half, 2 of which were perfect, to be honest. Right behind that back line of Serbia. But let's have a look as Serbia ventures forward and tries to get in behind as well. That's not going to happen, though. France is very sharp. Usmakabyle, of course, not leaving much to chance. Once again, that lofted through ball doesn't reach Griezmann this time. 2 minutes of injury time. We're about to see the referee blow his whistle unless Serbia are quick about this.
Yeah, Usmakabyle definitely worked himself back into this one, but in all honesty, you know, what Kepa's doing so far is fantastic, because we know how strong Roxa can be. Obviously, he is up against Lotfi, very underrated, and has delivered in all of his games really so far. So we know he's certainly a very capable player. This, honestly, it is really a semi-final. I don't know which way it's going to go. Ordinarily, coming into the game, even as a neutral commentator, you always kind of have a feel of which way you feel it's going to go. But at the moment, this one, I am massively undecided. Kepa started strong, but we see why Usmakabyle is the 3-time world champion. He has that resilience, that mental fight, that mental fortitude, and ability to score from anywhere.
Absolutely, yeah. And you've said it. I mean, Kepa went up against Teodorito, lost 1 versus 2, but then Roxa set it straight with a 9-1. And of course, another. Well, there's a good through ball, but it's offside
left it
once
just
again.
too long.
Yeah.
You saw the run, and I did wonder why he hadn't gone for it, pulled the trigger earlier on. Griezmann just stepping offside for Usmakabyle. That was, honestly, as soon as I saw that run coming down the right, I just thought it was the give, and away he goes.
Yeah.
And this time, it may well be the same. This time it looks like it's another through ball. It is onside, but the shot had to be taken early, and it goes straight to the keeper.
Let's be honest, all sorts of trouble for Serbia, all sorts of trouble for Kepa, the man from Kragujevac. He was 3rd at the World Esports Games 2019 in Chongqing. I was in Kiev to do remote broadcast from there for that. And of course, Kepa was so impressive back then. He only got pushed out of the tournament by later winner Teodorito. But let's see as Serbia reaches the box with 5 players to choose from. No, wait,
got it.
4 players, because one of them is the keeper with the exact same jersey.
It's cleared where to. It gets cleared in the end. The French just about get a hold of that. Some really nice build-up by Kepa there, and has to importantly interrupt the pass there because he had committed a lot of numbers forward for that attack. Now we see him once again coming forward. 3 of them there looking to try and push him off, but the midfielder intervenes.
Absolutely. Usmakabyle getting stronger and stronger. You feel, although there's a foul, that's a challenge. Unnecessary.
Yeah, he tried to take it quick as well, but the ref pulled the play back.
Absolutely. Usmakabyle, the man from Colombes, near Paris in France. Of course, like we said, eFootball Pro player, but same could be said for Kepa, who plays with AS Roma, together of course with his teammate Roxa. And I think it's good that they are just a 2-man squad. They don't need to communicate with too many people online, which is also an advantage in an online.
That's a great ball.
Look at that.
Has to be, driven down and chased out by the defender. It looked like the keeper had it covered actually either way, but it does go for a corner, and a real big chance for Kepa to get himself back in the lead.
How sharp was Usma there, controlling Clement Langlet, and getting in between. If not, that could have been a goal. It's still tied 1-1 the score. We've got 25 minutes left to go, and we've got a corner coming in from Serbia. Kepa bringing a lot of men forward. Look at that.
So much depth in the French squad. Ben Yedder and Pogba coming off the bench. How incredible, really, that they have so much depth in that team.
Absolutely.
But it's going to be a throw-in for Kepa. Trying to keep it contained as best he can before 65 minutes gone in this game. Just about the right time to get a goal. I mean, there's always a good time to get a goal, but this would be the perfect moment for him. And at the moment, it is a fast break potential chance here for Usmakabyle. Rides the tackle well, skips it, not a second time.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Nope. That's a yellow.
Matic. Tough challenge on Griezmann. Kepa not pulling his punches here. He's got 23 minutes left to go, and he's not looking to concede another one. Usmakabyle still threatening. France on the left side of the pitch. Relinquished possession. It's Serbia with the counter. 3 versus 4, 3 versus 5 maybe. They have to be quick and bring in the midfielders into play, but he's actually waiting. Playing the waiting game, and France is already organized once again. It's going to be hard to find a gap, and that's exactly what I mean. He's not going to be able to find it.
He didn't really have the players forward. Obviously, you saw the defenders and the strikers pretty much in a foot race trying to get forward, so there wasn't really a great deal of pressure and space to try and apply. Now he finds it, and this is a real good attack here for Kepa to try and find that space, looking for the cross. Oh, you saw the man arriving late on the edge of the box there, looking for a potential thunderbolt from Kepa. We already saw one today coming out of his teammate Roxa. That's a great ball, has to be, back, shoots. Oh, the save from Hugo Lloris. It goes for a corner.
That should have been a goal. That should have been rewarded. Look at that perfect play. The step out, the through ball, the back heel, and the finish, you'd say. But no, he can't get it past the keeper.
I thought the back heel would be enough to completely do the
Absolutely.
keeper. It did me, that's for sure. I was gone. I'd lost the ball completely. Kepa, though, from the corner. Can he try and whip something in? Goes for the short one. Onto the edge of the box, plays it back and try and work it into that box. There is space for the pass, and he finds it. Now just bundled off the ball, and Usmakabyle will relieve the pressure and maybe go for an attack himself. You can see he's put the pressure on. Look at this, he's going for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to say Usmakabyle is having a great tournament so far. He managed to win 2-1 against Bruno Duarte from Portugal. Big hammer blow, after which Lotfi could finish it off. France coming in for more. Maybe a 2-1 score here as well, but that's offside, so that's not going to count. And of course...
Very close though, look at that.
Oh yeah. And let's not forget, in the group stage, France instantly went group winner thanks to a 3-1 against Aix-Naples from Usmakabyle and a 3-3 against Maxon, after which Lotfi finished things off against Tergo Bibica. There we go, France once again on the ball. 10 minutes left to play. Yeah, there's
Usmakabyle keeping the pressure on.
Yeah,
he wants this goal. He does not want extra time. Kepa is being cautious, and it may well cost him here. Or Usmakabyle putting the pressure on, could get caught out at the back, but he's a man of experience. He absolutely knows what he's doing here.
Oh yeah.
And Kepa's the man that's at the moment trying to find that little bit of space, and it's given away.
Yeah, it's not there. That space just isn't there. Space and time plenty now for France. The through ball doesn't connect. So close though. Karim Benzema unleashed almost. He's been waiting for that chance. Didn't see much of the ball yet. And any time he sees it in the box, it usually ends up in the back of the net. France do have possession on the opponent half. There we go. Opposing forces regrouping, but will they be in time? France, they have three options up front and a midfielder coming in to help as well. Through ball attempt. Looked like a handball, but well handled by Serbia.
Counter, is the counter on? He got so many forward committed to this one. There's a real chance, but he's gone offside, and that's perfect for Usmakabyle. He'd got men forward. It was a 3-on-2 situation, and that will buy the time. Now, one last attack for Usmakabyle. Just launch it upfield, win that header, and you've got a chance to attack without any recourse. That's what he's aiming for. That's what Kepa's looking to do as well. But we are going into extra time surely here. It is Usmakabyle, one last chance. The shot comes in. It has to does it, and it is. Would you believe it? Usmakabyle in the 94th minute delivers a hammer blow to Kepa in what looked to be almost nailed on extra time.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Karim Benzema didn't have a touch on the ball yet in this game. He gets it fed into him finally in free space. And of course he finds the top corner. Of course the Algerian Frenchman, much like Usmakabyle himself, finds the top corner. He always does, doesn't he? Rajkovic, spread eagle on the floor. And now, of course, Serbia ruining what could have been, as France are proclaimed the winner, as once again in the bracket, Usma takes a 2-1 win. 2 straight 2-1s in a row. Portugal and Serbia, those are huge countries to beat.
Oh, what a game. You saw with near 15 minutes remaining, Usmakabyle was going for it. He wanted that goal. He wanted to put this game to bed. He wanted nothing to do with extra time and penalties, that's for sure. He wanted it all done in the 90. It turned out the 94th minute, and I would love to look back at this to see the moment Kepa loses the ball around that halfway line, because that was the key moment. Because, I mean, it gave him that final attack.
He did start off well, Stefan Slavkovic with his first goal, or Kepa as we know him in the gaming scene. It was Jovic on the end of it. Serbia with the opening of the match that they were hoping for. Good stuff here on the left, carves open the French defense, and that's a good goal.
Yeah, it was a really good start for Kepa, and he had a couple of moments similar to this that just weren't quite going his way. We saw obviously Usmakabyle having so many big attacks as well, these through ball opportunities, the goalkeeper at that time just scurrying it away. There was another real clean chance as well that came through, and we talked about that, you know, could have gone for the shot the first time, chose to go for the second chance, trying to lose the keeper, didn't quite work out. This, a magnificent goal though.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've seen one of the clashes between, well, France and Serbia, but also maybe AS Roma and AS Monaco. And of course we're going to see the same happen in the second match, but look at that lofted ball over the top for Kylian Mbappe to latch on to. He missed an earlier chance, not going to do the same again. The one-touch goal, beautiful to tie things up.
Yeah, the chance coming through, chance after chance. You can see the big save for Usmakabyle this time. Almost goes through. Kepa then has a chance back up the other end. That one charged down by the defender. It really was end to end. And you go credit to Kepa. We've been talking about how he hasn't really shown up so far too much this tournament. He absolutely delivered in this game despite the loss.
Absolutely, the 28-year-old Frenchman is someone you can lose to 2-1 and still claim that you have played a very good game.
Look at it, that was it. That was the moment back there where he lost it on the halfway line.
And this is hard, to keep your head cool. You know that time is up, so you know that you can't give the ball away anymore. The perfect passing there, the tiki-taka, and then finding Benzema in a pocket of space right there in that overflowing box. Because there's so many defenders there, so many offensive players there as well. You have to pick out the right one, and that's exactly what Usmakabyle does. That's exactly what always makes the difference on a day like this, when he's behind the controller.
Devastating. The FedEx stats do show that Serbia had that percentage, 56% possession. They had more passes, didn't have as many shots though, because it was the direct style that Usmakabyle was dictating. 6 shots, 6 on target. Incredible 100% ratio there.
Absolutely.
And converting 2 of them into goals, of course. Fantastic stuff from the 3-time world champion. He wins his game for France. And now, of course, we move on to game number 2. You guys at home can get involved. And indeed, a Benza goal to pick it up for Le Bleu.
Just like at the real Euros, Benzema worth his weight in gold. Allez les Bleus! And go France. Everybody cheering for France. Let us hear if you're cheering for Serbia as well, because the guys deserve it. Also Kepa, but especially Roxa. He has been very powerful this tournament. Yeah, especially your accent, Lee. Where'd you pick that up?
Mine's English. Actually,
English accent.
Actually, it's funny because every time...
Is that English you're speaking?
Every time I go back home, my parents and my brother do like, what accent is that? Like, where is this come from? It's an international accent. I think I'm going to say that. Obviously, comes from the years living in Germany as well.
Crikey, mate.
Coming across. Crikey, mate. Going Australian. But let's get straight into the game. It is France versus Serbia. France 1-0. Roxa trying to do what he can in the red for Serbia, and Lotfi for France to try and win it right here.
Absolutely, Lotfi Deraji. We know the lads are not in the AS Monaco Stadium as they are used to. They are now at the French Federation sitting together. So Lotfi can of course be coached by Usmakabyle, but Serbia have the ball after the French kickoff. So Serbia might be able to do some damage here in the person of Roxa, or Marko Roksic, as we know his name is. The man from, as we said, AS Roma. He has been spectacular throughout this tournament. And of course, the 9-1 against the Monkev from Greece is the most important result for him, even though he also scored a lot yesterday. A 4-0, I remember, I think, against...
It's the highest goal scorer of the tournament. I mean, obviously the 9-1 kind of give it, but what the problem is, how is his defence? Well, it's solid as a rock. He manages to nudge the keeper in just the right position and stands strong against Lotfi early on.
Absolutely, but Lotfi here, just like Usmakabyle with Kylian Mbappe, here Lotfi with Thuram waits too long to pull the trigger, waits too long to make the decision. He should have got to his right and then found the long corner. He went for the short corner, maybe trying to surprise the goalkeeper, maybe waiting for that manual goalkeeping to come in, but it never came. So yeah, struck wide by the keeper. Still, danger not cleared entirely, although Serbia do get away with this.
Yeah, dangerous for Lotfi now, because Roxa on the counter can absolutely find something, but not if he gives the ball that cheaply away in the middle of the park. And Lotfi, in the end, will get bundled off it. We expect this game to be end-to-end. We expect goals within this game. There's no doubt about it. Lotfi winning his matchup in the quarterfinals 2-1 as well as Usmakabyle. Both French players doing the job. It was Roxa that had to win twice against Greece to be here from that quarterfinals.
Absolutely. And here he comes, the man from Obrenovac, Roxa. Multiple titles in his country, multiple Balkan titles as well. European regionals, he's reached them time and time again. I've met him in 2019 in Liverpool. And of course here, he is trying to put France to the test. He's trying to put Lotfi Deraji in a spot of discomfort. And he's actually managed to do it instantly within the first 20 minutes of the game. And you do realize that it should have been 1-0 to France just moments ago. And now it's Alexander Mitrovic to be the first goal scorer of the game.
You know, backstage we've been discussing any goals of the tournament that we could have. I tell you what, Roxa's just put himself on the forefront for me.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute belter there. Look at this curved cross we were talking about. You have to take your moments, your chances, and quite often we see them worked in, all this hard working pass along the ground to shrug it off. But you know what? Roxa just said, I'm going to have a go. I'm going to put it across the front of the goal and I'm going to get my head on it. And Mitrovic in the end with a fantastic goal for Roxa.
Absolutely old school cross whipped in from the flank with, of course, an old school number 9 striker. And there we go. Serbia have possession already after the kickoff from France. Lotfi Duraji is not feeling too comfortable just yet. He knows he's all by himself. He knows he needs to win this match, although he does have that slight mental advantage that he knows his teammates already won a game. So he's allowed to lose one, but of course you'd rather not, even if it's against Roxa.
I'm not sure you're allowed to lose one. I'm not too sure that would go down in any record books, but I tell you what, Roxa's got a little fortunate with this. It's kind of bundled his way and managing to keep the pressure on. Route 1 clearance, hump it upfield, see who can win the header. Roxa got players in numbers and he is keeping the pressure on Lotfi here.
Absolutely, and he's coming again. Roxa, he's got plenty of guys up front. 4 versus 5 situation. France defending solid, but not solid enough. Serbia still there. Roxa finding the man in midfield, tries to chip it in towards his goal scorer Mitrovic. Not gonna happen just yet, but he still has possession. Look at him twisting and turning, finding the space, then finally losing the ball, and France are on their way.
I tell you what, we were talking about Roxa having that little break. It has absolutely paid off for him. Whatever he's done, just a little mental reset may well have worked wonders for him, and he has come into this tournament firing on all cylinders. Another ball over the top, adventurous, but it's actually going to find its man. The defender can't get that one clear, flicks it back in again, looking for more, gets the rebound once again, and again it is Roxa keeping that pressure high.
Absolutely, a Roxa on the outside of the box, trying to find space for the cross. Maybe he could do the same as for the first goal. There it comes. No! Nice dive from Hugo Lloris. There's a reason that he wears the captain's armband. Absolute top-class goalkeeper. There he goes, punting it upfield towards, I think maybe Pogba, trying to get on the end of that. There he is. It's Thuram actually. Loses the ball though, and it's Serbia once again.
We are seeing a veteran player in Lotfi under siege right now. That is a ball through. There's a player arriving if he can find the ball. Oh, it's just gone over.
Close enough. It's a move he's practiced time and time again, and he whips it out at the moments it matters most. This time he's done it twice, and one of them has hit the target. This one goes banging, but only just. France are stressed right now, but they are in the box. They find space for a pass, doesn't reach Griezmann, and it's Serbia on the break. Serbia coming out in full force. Roxa not hanging back, not soaking up the pressure. No, it's still a balanced pressure bar, and he's still going for it. Look at that, he wants the second goal outside of the post and behind for a goal kick, but close enough. Lotfi Duraji must be sweating right now.
The audacity of Roxa to just, you know what, I'm just going to slog it straight into the bottom corner, slams it in off the post there almost, and bounces out for a corner. Roxa is just trying everything. Forget trying to build up the meta, the goal scoring chances, but it's Lotfi on the break here. The defenders bumble him off. Is it enough? He tries to turn, another push. This time it clatters into the defender, but it's still not clear. Lotfi turn once again, and finally Kepa will clear the danger, and we go to half-time.
Oh wow, the Raji kept it alive for so long. Even a minute after injury time, he was still in the box, finding space, finding his teammates. But there's Serbia, and the direct approach works well as well. He does get a shot off, bundles into the defender, and then the ball gets cleared, but only as far as the Serbian defender once again. Serbia coming out, Roxa calming down, and there we go once again to try and build a new approach. Serbia, left flank, that's where the danger's at. That's where the cross came from for that goal. He's nearing the box, there we go. Good ball in, now for the through ball, but time it well. There comes the runner, no, doesn't connect.
Just a little too hard, but he keeps hold of the possession, and Roxa keeps the siege on here, and you can see the attacking pressure. He wants a second goal. He's hunting for that second goal. He's relentless in his pursuit of it as well. And I've got to be honest, all credit to Lotfi from keeping this down to a simple 1-0 right now from what was an absolute blazing goal, because Roxa is all over him, but unable to get goals. I don't know what the shots are going to be like at the end of the day. The FedEx stats are going to be incredible because Roxa is continuing this pressure.
Absolutely, Roxa, he's been scoring goals as if he were tying his laces. It's just as if it doesn't even cost him any energy. But now, today, it's taken a real effort to break down the defense of Lotfi Deraji, and that's down to the young man from AS Monaco, the man from Saint-Denis, the man who already tied against Nick Caldan, and of course won against Sergio Bibica. And of course then they went on to beat Portugal, and he also won his match 2-1. Of course, he had that mental help from Usmakabyle winning that first match, as he usually does. But here comes France. That's a good combination, good link up. Lotfi tries to whip it in for Kylian Mbappe, but just can't get on the end of it. So close.
There are warning signs, though. There are absolute warning signs from Lotfi there. He tried to put the pressure on. He's applied the pressure, but he's got to be careful he doesn't backfire on him. This ball coming through almost got a foot on it. And Hugo Lloris, as you say, once again there to clear the danger, but only so far as the halfway line, straight back at Roxa.
Yeah, and then France do get the ball gifted back, but they gift it almost back to Serbia. There it is, Griezmann on a run.
Dangerous.
In the right channel. He's trying to find his teammate. No, not Thuram who comes into play. In the end, it's Serbia coming out. And then the danger has been averted, for now, I should say. Serbia feeling a bit discomfortable with the fact that it's still only a 1-goal lead. There's still 22 minutes left to go. Roxa once more. He's looking for it. He's finding it. The link-up play, the shot, and it gets scrunched, and it's going to be a corner kick. Yeah,
Lotfi has kept that pressure up all the way through that for the last 10 minutes. He needs and wants a goal, and absolutely doesn't want to leave it to go down to his teammate Usmakabyle. He wants to try and finish it right here, right now, for France. They went out in the semi-finals to Italy in the previous year, and right now he's looking to hold on and get himself at least a goal back here against what is an absolute siege from Roxa. Corner coming in, flicked in tight, not going anywhere, and will just in the end be cleared back to Roxa's players.
Absolutely. Serbia have still got the ball. They've still got the lead. Comfortable lead for Roxa. He knows he just needs to hold on to this, and he will force that final game. And I wonder what will give an advantage. Is it having rested like Usmakabyle, or is it still being warm from playing just now like Roxa? I think we will find out, unless Lotfi pulls out something special. He needs to hold off Roxa here. He's able to do so, but at a cost of a foul.
Oh, well, okay, so now, does Roxa go for it here? I mean, he's had some audacious chances. I feel it's a bit too far out this time, though, to maybe try and set something up. We may well see something worked in, that's for sure. They're going to have a couple of changes, which is why the pause has come from. Just a couple of substitutions there. You see Lalic coming off, and he does go for it. Okay, why not, Roxa? Let's just get in there, get them goals. That's what he's hunting for, but he's got to be careful. We've seen this backfiring on players time and again, but he's got a little lucky. It's bumbled for him. Oh, and he was there for the rebound, but it wasn't hit hard enough.
Absolutely, we're nearing the business end of this tie. Not the best of three just yet, if Roxa has any say about it. Of course, unless here comes France, it's Lotfi Deraji. He might very well force an overtime for himself, and oh, so close. Once again, the keeper is there to collect. Rajkovic doing wonder work in that goal. And of course, we're going into the last 10 minutes of the game with France on the ball.
That was so close. It was onside. It was the perfect ball in the end, and the keeper just coming out. This time it's looking even more dangerous. And I'll tell you what, he's riding his luck here. Lotfi is really starting to put the pressure on in this final 10. You can see he's going for it. He wants this goal, and he may well find it, but it's left him exposed. What's that? 7 men forward. Roxa can go for it here. He's away. Grujic just come on. He's got all the stamina you need to try and run this one through. Gets the ball in, finds Tadic, has to cut it back. Oh, not quite able to land the kick or the header. I think he was going to go for a diving header there. And now we're back up the other end for France.
Absolutely. Tadic had his fair share of goals and assists this tournament. Doesn't isn't able to reach his teammate just yet, but Serbia already take over near the midway line. There he goes, the runner on the left, receives the ball. That's a good sliding tackle. First the ball, then the man. So he will be allowed to play on. Keeper brought into play. Hugo Lloris realizes this is the last chance. Bring it forward. France come, but not with enough because Serbia have the ball and just 1 minute of injury time to survive. Ball over the top, and it's gonna go out, and the referee will surely blow his whistle any minute.
Whew, what a game, ladies and gentlemen. And it ain't over yet. No, no, no. So Roxa will come out on top for Serbia this time around, evening things up now 1 apiece. It means we are going to get yet another dream third match.
Absolutely.
This time Usmakabyle will be facing Roxa, and this could be very entertaining. Both players very direct.
Absolutely, yes. We've talked about dream collisions in match 3 when we saw Poland against Romania. We saw Irma versus Austribuch, and we were happy it went all the way. And we are happy now that it goes all the way here as well. It is so entertaining, so thrilling. Let us know who you're cheering for. Hashtag eEURO 2021. Dash your country name behind it in English, please. And of course, you'll see your flags in the stadium hoisted high here for that beautiful goal as well in the opening phases. Here comes the cross from the left flank, although no, wait, that wasn't it just yet. It's Serbia on the ball, and in the end it is gonna come in. There comes the cross, and there comes the header. Wow,
what a goal, what a goal. You love to see it, and that was the decider, that was the goal. You know, how many players have we seen take that sort of chance? Not many.
Absolutely.
Throughout this tournament. Most people would have run that down the wing, tried to work him for the pass.
Yeah.
You know, just a simple square ball
Reach
and
the
a tap
byline.
in. Yeah, I mean, so he took his chances, and at this stage of the tournament, you have to take those chances. We saw him taking a shot from way outside the box. We've only seen 1 goal outside the box so far this entire tournament.
Exactly, yeah. And you said it, take your chances, and I hope we're gonna see it, because that chance with Kylian Mbappe after the lofted ball over the top like Lotfi did at the beginning of the match, I think it's already past now, that moment, but he missed it. He took too long to pull the trigger, and that may have cost him dearly.
Effort. I mean, he just smashes it.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, just a slight bit, they were talking about the power bar earlier on in the previous matchup, of course, in the Poland game.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just a small difference there may well have been it, because it hit the bottom side of the post. You know, just a little bit less, and it would have skipped and gone in, because it would have hit the inside of the post.